Children of the Corn is about a group of children in small town Nebraska who decide to kill all the adults because they messed up the corn crops. None of the adults fight back in any way, and there is also this corn monster that just looks terrible. It starts off with this little girl named Eden playing pretend horse outside an orphanage. Then this kid comes out of the cornfield, grabs a knife, and tells Eden,
"Nothing ever really dies in the corn."
What does that mean? Then he goes into the orphanage and kills all the adults. So the dumbass sheriff's solution is to pump the building full of halothane, which can be lethal to humans, even though he knows there is a group of children inside, just to knock out this kid. What a surprise! This stupid plan killed all the children. So what's everyone's reaction to this?
There goes my re-election.
Seriously, that's it. Not him resigning, no lawsuit, no criminal charges against these people, just, well, I guess I'm not getting re-elected. What the hell? But Eden survived because she was out in the cornfield, and she's gonna live with the town's preacher, who honestly is kind of creepy. This is Cecil and his sister Bo, who's upset that the farmers are putting pesticides or something on the corn crop, which I guess is killing them. And Bo is going off to college, which pisses Cecil off, because every horror movie needs some arbitrary thing that causes tension. Now the kids are gonna have this other kid jump off the silo because his dog got into some poison and died. Poor dog. And he's going to jump into a pile of corn stalks. Then this teenager Calder comes in and is only mad about his car.
What in friction are you doing on my grandma's car? Get off! Get the hell off! Are you effing crazy?
Why are they having him avoid saying the F word as if they're not going for an R rating? Later on, it's very obvious they're going for an R rating.
You've even busted the gas tank.
Because that won't be used later. Anyway, the children are continuing on with this kid jumping into a pile of corn stalks. They even want to light it on fire, but the lighter doesn't work. And these teenagers who think they are playing and should know better cheer this on. Seriously, have you ever felt a cornstalk? They are hard as shit. This kid is going to at least get impaled and probably break a few bones. But sure, let's encourage this. God damn. At least they got it right with how much corn there is. Seriously, have you ever been to Nebraska? That stuff is goddamn everywhere. Anyway, later on, Bo thinks she sees something in the cornfield, but just walks away because there's not a crappy looking monster in there at all. Then her and her brother see their mom having an affair or being a prostitute. I don't know, it never explains it, but it doesn't matter. The adults are having a town meeting on what to do about the corn dying, and they vote to destroy all the corn crop to get the government subsidy. So Eden gets upset and says the children didn't get to vote, and instead of being mature about it, the adults start mocking and laughing at them for wanting a say. I'm all for not letting children vote on serious matters, but this makes the adults seem like they have the maturity of a 12-year-old. What the hell? So Eden goes into the cornfield to be sad, and freaking Corn Groot here comforts her. And that night, she takes Cecil into the field where these kids are having creepy chanting time. It's supposed to be scary, but it's just really not. The next day, Bo gets the idea to call some reporter from Omaha to come to the town and report on how bad GMO is for corn or something. Well, the adults dug a giant hole, or did the children dig it? I don't care. So the children decide to put pig blood on the corn roots. Are they trying to destroy the corn? I feel like that would destroy the corn. Bo sees this and decides, yeah, this is normal. And instead of telling their parents what they are doing, she tells them to tell their parents that Bo's dad called a meeting in the town hall because what she really wants is they're going to have a trial with the reporter.
And I need you to make absolutely sure they're at the community hall by 10 p.m. tonight.
Just keep that in mind for later. So now the children are getting ready for the trial. What was that? Is she possessed by the corn? What the fuck? Anyway, Bo and Cecil decide to tie their parents up as they slept, and now it's almost 10:30 p.m. They were supposed to be at the courthouse by 10. What are they doing? So this convinces their parents to go with them somehow. But they're late, there's no cell service, and the reporter never showed.
Where's the reporter? You were supposed to pick her up.
Bo told a 10-year-old to pick her up? What kind of logic is that? This movie is gonna get stupid, isn't it? Apparently, because the children already did the trial and now they're going to hang Calder's dad. How did a group of children manage to overpower a guy this size, get a rope around his neck, pick him up, and get him placed on this stool? I understand there are a lot of them, but there were other adults there, and they established earlier that this guy has no problem physically abusing his own kids. He would not just let this happen. I guess all the adults just let the children bring them to the police station and lock them in a cell, even though they easily could have overpowered them. There has got to be more adults than children in this town, and not all of them would just lay there and let this happen. I understand these are their children, but earlier they were laughing in the children's faces at the thought of them having a say in something, and there has got to be some sense of authority over them. Otherwise, you know what? F this movie.
Do something.
Remember what I said about them going for an R rating? The children then gas the adults with halothane, even though Eden is the only one wearing a mask. This is a gas. It's going to go everywhere, not just where she's spraying. The children then spend all night apparently, since it's day now, dragging the adults to the cornhole. I don't have time to explain how this would not work. And all the teenagers and adults just stand there while the children use these tractors to slowly fill the hole with dirt. There's no reason the adults should die here. They're not even filling all the sides at the same time. Just stand on the opposite side and climb on top of the dirt as they fill it. I understand it would suck, it would hurt, it'd be hard to breathe, the children have weapons, but this is life or death. They would not just stand there and die. I know for a fact people from Nebraska are not this stupid. Anyway, the two other teenagers are gonna go to another town to get help, and Bo's dumbass is gonna stay behind and try to save her dad, who's still in the cell because he's going to go into the corn to feed Corn Groot. Oh look, Eden lied about the reporter not coming. The children are about to kill her, but Bo tricks them into letting her take her to the corn, but Eden decides to take her straight to Corn Groot. Oh no, Bo's teen friends are dead in the barn. Who could have guessed that would happen? And Corn Groot comes to take the reporter away, and he just looks like shit. Oh my god. Anyway, the children are gonna burn Bo alive now.
Are you crazy?
Again, why are they so afraid of saying f***? But she flings gas in their faces and runs out of the barn. So she's running through the cornfield, dripping gas everywhere. Oh no, her dad died, and finds the reporter. What was that even for? What the hell? After some really dumb shit, Bo makes it back to the car. So she starts this car that has been leaking gas for 2 days and drives it out of the cornfield. I'm sorry, were they saving that as an F-word allowance as if they thought they were going to get a PG-13? Whatever, now the car dies and I guess Eden was just hanging out in the back seat and she has a cattle gun. So Eden's going to kill Bo, but Bo is like, I want a cigarette first. So she grabs the cigarette lighter from the car and they take so long going behind the car and talking that there's no way the lighter is still hot. But it is, and Bo uses it to light the cornfield on fire. Now Corn Groot is on fire and Eden just walks back into the flaming cornfield. The next morning, Bo's still there for some reason. Seriously, why didn't she leave? And Eden is Corn Groot now and kills Bo, I think? I don't even know. I really don't know what's going on with this movie. Everyone who can do something to stop the children just stand there and let it happen. I mean, one person tried to do something and it didn't end well, but the adults could have stopped this well before that happened. At least in the original, it made sense for the children to take over because they poisoned most of the adults and then killed the rest in the confusion and panic. I still don't fully understand what happened at the end with Eden becoming Corn Groot. I think they wanted a scary ending but didn't know exactly what to do. And I still don't know what they meant with nothing really dies in the corn. The acting is terrible overall. Kate Moyer is actually pretty good as Eden. Her pretending to be sad isn't great, but she's pretty creepy when the children start taking over the town. And she's really good at showing that Eden is enjoying it. Elena Kampouris is really bad as Bo Williams. Bo's surprise at the children's behavior is not believable, and I feel like she was trying too hard to act scared or desperate when things got really bad, and it comes off as cartoonish. Jaden McGinley is not good as Cecil. I find him annoying when he's supposed to sound sarcastic about Bo complaining about the corn, and he's really bad when Cecil is supposed to be angry. The CGI is horrible. Corn Groot, or whatever it is, doesn't look realistic at all, and it takes away any scariness the movie might have. This is a lower budget film, but they still could have done a better job with the monster, or at least not shown it as much. Eden looks terrible after she becomes Corn Groot. The thing is, they didn't need to do that. It was just unnecessary. They could have done a better job of making this movie scary, or at least given some kind of reason as to why the adults didn't fight back.
If you want to see an uncensored version of this video, or any of my other videos, check out my Patreon. If not, I appreciate you watching my video here too. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff, and thanks for watching.